What's going on, guys? I hope you are doing well this afternoon. It is 4 p.m. Central Standard Time where I am at. Just wanted to update you regarding what Bitcoin is up to. Alright, so where I left off with you guys was a break of this resistance line, this white line right here. Okay, so I'm going to extend that right. Okay, once we saw a break of this, we actually saw a pump to the upside. So this was a key level, all right? I'm going to be circling these areas where it essentially validated its relevancy in regards to the charts here. Okay, so we had multiple touch points, and I had stated, I believe, not last video, but the video before that, the more times you test a resistance line, the weaker it gets. And guess what? It finally broke to the upside. So this is huge in regards to price, because it just further confirms that we're in this range. So I had stated that I was waiting for price to kind of go into these levels to begin a short and to close my long positions. So this is the 4-hour chart. I'm going to go to the 1-hour chart. I usually show off the 1-hour chart. Yeah, and it would just be more relevant. So like I said, I like to open longs in this box. I like to sell in this box. Okay, so that's exactly what I had done here. Once we saw a breakout here, I did open a long position roughly around here, kind of just was idly by, and then boom, we finally got that God candle out to the upside. If you look at momentum, yeah, I'm going to go to my TSI first and foremost. We already crossed the overbought region, okay, and the slow moving average is red to the downside. That's not good if you are currently in a long position and you're underwater. I'm sorry to say this. Um, Realistically, I like to buy around these areas here, but not only that, I like to buy in those areas, but particularly when there is a divergence. Once there's a divergence showing on the chart, then I feel that much more optimistic in regards to the effect. And so what would that look like? That would look like this. Let me expand this right here and expand this right here. All right, so as you can see, we have a low, we've got a low, then we've got a high, and if you go to the price, we got a high, then we got a low. Okay, so when I see stuff like that, when I see divergences showing up on the TSI and also is validated by the market liberator B indicator here, see that these lines right here, those are divergence indications. So you get multiple instances of divergence showing on the chart, you're gonna most likely get positive effects. And fast forward, this was identified pretty much September 25th. Okay, we're now here, October 2nd, and as you can see, we are, you know, pretty much above those prices. So let me go. So if I were just to be, pretty conservative and kind of just like go off the cuff here, you're even if you didn't sell the top, you'd be up 6.2%. It took almost 8 days, but that's pretty significant in terms of your portfolio. All right, so where are we now? If in fact this is a local top, I would expect price to kind of come back down a little bit more. As you can see, money flow is starting to crawl to the downside. So what is money flow? Money flow is this green grid here and the red. So right now we're thick in the green, which is a good sign. But what I don't like is that we're starting to slope to the downside, and we're also seeing divergences on significant time frames. This is not one, but two bearish divergences. That's not good. We've also had, selling ensue. Also, it's an indication of like we're going to be experiencing sideways and down. Is that usually, and this is usually a bad sign in terms of upward trajectory. When we see a wave, right, and then we see a lower wave. Okay, so we're now seeing a trend to the downside in regards to momentum. Also, as you can see, money flow looks like it's topped out. Okay, so we might have a couple more waves to the upside. We still may have a shot or two to come back up here. But as you can see, we've already accumulated divergences right here, and we've had a divergence from, say, here, we had a high, then we had a low, and guess what? We had a low, then we had a high. That's the inverse relation. That is a bearish divergence. And as you can see, we've also had confirmations on Market Liberator B. So I am expecting downward prices for the time being. I would much prefer to open a long position or close my short position when the oscillators are pretty much, they've reset and they're back into these areas, which they are not at this time. So yeah, I mean, it just goes to show, I've been saying for weeks now that we have been in this range pretty much between 28.7 and 24.9, you know, and it's beautiful to see, you know, my work validated and such. You know, it's just a process. It takes time to actually starting to read the charts, because you can read all sorts of different things, like, you know, these Japanese candles here, they all have a message. The momentum oscillators all have a message. You know, I don't really turn these on much, but I do have multiple indicators that help me figure out ranges and like what else to like worry about. You know, this is a full scope, but I don't want to confuse you guys. I want to just keep it simple and go down to fundamentals instead of having to like put all this, you know, stuff on the chart and confuse you guys. But I think, you know, what's important here, actually, I will show you the Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands are really great in terms of finding a dynamic support and resistance. Basically, support is down here, resistance is up here, okay? So yeah, something to take in consideration. So support was basically 27,000. Resistance is at 28.7. But yeah, overall, you know, this was a really nice pump. It's good to see. We're still going to be going sideways, in my opinion, until we see a breakout. And that would be a huge breakout. I'm not even kidding. Okay, so if price breaks above 28.7, we're ripping to the upside, okay? But conversely, if price breaks below pretty much 25K, we are in some dark times. I will say that for sure. Um, anyway, I'm going to keep this one short. I just want to say thank you so much for your time. If you're still here, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, share with your friends if they're interested in navigating the Bitcoin chart. Because guess what? If you can navigate Bitcoin, you can navigate all crypto. Anyway, yeah, actually, to be honest, I've been using BitGet a lot more. I do have an affiliate link below, so if you're interested in supporting this channel and actually getting 10% off of all exchange and processing fees, you know, by all means, open up an account. It's worth your while. Uh, Highly liquid and highly diverse sets of cryptos there. So just a shout out to BitGet a little bit. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for your time once again. Have a great rest of the day. Happy Monday. Bye bye.